Hello and welcome back to the Hobby Goblin. Today we're going to do something a little different. I've constructed a couple decks now for the One Punch Man set, and I was planning on showing those off and talking a little bit about what they do or what I'd plan to have them do. Alright, first deck we'll start off with will be my red one. Alright, so these here are my cards in my red deck. It's a Monster Association and Garo deck. Got a few Borises thrown in there. He's not either of those cards, but he seems to work pretty well. It is a little heavy on zero cost cards, just due to what I pulled. I've got 16 of them in here, which is a little more than I think's recommended. Primarily, win condition is get big old Garo out, let him do his thing, make sure I've got a bunch of cards in the grave. Basically, to help that along, got some Boris Raid. Once again, 4,000 plus power. And we've got some of Garo's event card here. It doesn't have a particularly good flow to it, but it's a halfway decent deck, I think. Take a look at the next one. Now this deck here is the yellow One Punch Man deck I made. I pretty much just modified the starter deck. It's got a few too many cards in it to have all fit into frame here at once. I've got out the frame would be kind of the ace of the deck. 2 damage impact Saitama. This deck here, main focus would be getting one of the many Saitamas out and letting them wreak havoc on the battlefield. However, if that's proving difficult, or if the opponent doesn't have a strong defense early, it is able to get a pretty swift victory using the Silver Fangs and Genos in the deck. Primarily these ones over here. They get them out pretty quick, and they tend to be able to do enough damage to win a game. Got 4 incineration cannons. I can help clear the field pretty easily to make that happen. Now the next 2 decks are a little goofier. Alright, this one here is another yellow deck I made, but this one, instead of focusing on Saitama and his group, is the 2 Esper sisters, Terrible Tornado and a Hellish Blizzard. It works really well when it works. The only problem is I don't have a huge amount of consistency on the strong cards. I've only got 1 of the Raid Terrible Tornadoes and 1 Hellish Blizzard. Pretty much this deck is a lot of event cards that work well with them. Merely immobilize them, Psychic Power, Let's Go. Anything to boost them up and tear down the enemies at the same time. If your opponent's trying to run a slow deck, this will work half decent, but if they're rushing things, kind of like my other yellow deck, this one tends to crumble apart pretty easily. And then for the last one I have assembled. Alright, and then here's the goofest deck I've made so far. It's probably my favorite one to play as well. The key issue with it being, easiest way to win is dropping one of these 15 energy Saitamas. Not exactly the easiest thing to do when normally the highest energy you can have is 8. But what I've got are 4 of these Genos cards, each one generating 2 energy and reducing the cost to play Saitama by 1. Makes it a little bit easier. And then there's this King card, if I could pick him up. Oh. He can generate his energy from the front row, getting an extra 2 in there. So all in all, if I can have those 4 Genos and the only one of that King I have on the field, that'd be bringing me up to 14 energy. If I could have all that and 5 cards in the sideline, it is possible to play this guy. So this deck's main objective is stay alive while everything is falling into place. To make that happen, once again, King is going to be a vital card. Allow me to search my deck and find what I need. Beyond that, things like Atomic Samurai and Silverfang are really just there to be a pain in the ass until I can make it happen. Terrible Tornado, I've got 2 copies of her, 7 energy. She's there to pull any characters out of the sideline if something I need winds up getting killed. My main problem with my deck is I haven't bought any singles. Every card I've been using to build decks I've pulled from those booster boxes I've made videos of opening. So it's all kind of luck if I can make a deck work. So this is all I've got for now. If anyone does want to see a full explanation of how each of my decks work, I can do a slower video explaining each individual deck. Just let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed watching, and have a great day.